Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Look at here, look at here, look at here now.
See the phone if I have it here?
But I think I don't, because I already saw you. Let me see.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe let me zoom up
That's
a
a
little
big
bit.
yeah.
Por favor. Because I want to have the same.
So that way it's not covering.
Okay. I think we're good. Feels like I'm back home.
Just shooting the shit in the parking lot.
In the back, we're in the back of the lot.
So, this is Mission Miami.
EP1.
We got in the house Kris
After 14 years.
Ramil. After
Kris
14. How does it feel to be back in the MIA?
It feels weird. The city's grown a whole lot.
Traffic? Mucho traffic?
Mentalized, I'm coming to traffic.
Right.
There's no more peak hours, bro. 5 o'clock, traffic jam, todo eso.
Every time you're on your way from Virginia, no? On your way back down, when you enter what, like West Palm? Is that where it kicks
Tri-County.
in?
Hitting West Palm smacks you straight in the face. It's like,
Yeah.
bah!
People road raging.
It's like a breath of fresh air. I still have that tourist mentality. Inside outsider,
You feel like an outsider, but you certainly feel like you're home.
I'm home. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm home.
What did you miss the most about the 305?
Accessibility is the biggest thing I miss.
You don't really miss Miami until you don't have your Cuban peeps and the Miami culture near you.
Oh my God, it's a little piece of Miami, and that's exactly what we did. I mean, we had everything: pastelito, croquetas. I started getting people from Miami. They found out I had a Cuban restaurant. They're like, let's give it a try. They were skeptical. Typical
Right.
Miami, you're always skeptical.
That's how you know they're from Miami.
It's funny, we have an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
put
like,
us
yeah,
next
like,
to-
no. Like,
Pero,
yeah.
pero like,
yeah, no.
So you picked it up immediately.
Immediately, I was like, "You're from Miami?" Yeah. And what's the first thing you always ask? What high school you went?
Oh, okay.
What high school you went to?
Yeah, that's like.
To see what part of the city that you grew up in.
Is he rich of a rich college?
Is he
or-
rich? Is he grew up in the ghetto?
Yeah.
Is he barcero?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Everybody was military, so where it felt like home.
I felt like home.
Yeah, it's like no matter where you're from Homestead, Kendall, Aventura. Everybody was just very down to earth.
There are good people out here in this world. Good people, nice people actually do exist.
How did it go that whole time? Like, what were you doing the whole time?
So when I first moved up there, I got the opportunity to go run a construction company for about 8-9 years. It overlapped with the bakery, but I felt like I sold my soul to the devil for those years. Made decent money, but killed my back, and it was just stressful. So we opened up the bakery, and I was ecstatic. So I got to be creative again. I was making cakes, desserts.
Did you start with like with the Cuban?
We started doing a lot of what my wife knew how to make. We started doing cakes, kind of made our own flavor. Then we opened up the bakery to sell to all the Hispanic stores in 4 different states.
So then when you started distributing nearby or what? Like
Yeah, so up there you have these little bodeguitas.
Damn.
We were in Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, and North Carolina.
Oh shit.
All on the East Coast.
Regional.
Like following up to a Gambino, so then what led you go on to like the
So
Cuban stuff?
the thing was, staffing was really hard. Me estaba comiendo un cable. COVID hit, and
Fucked everything up.
9 weeks. The stores up in Richmond, Virginia started telling me, Kris, hey, we're closing because COVID, so I don't know when we're going to reopen. Esto va para largo.
This for real?
So we hunkered down. We closed the bakery for like 9 weeks. The 9th week, I got a phone call from one of the stores in Richmond. It's like, Kris, ven acá y cerraron. I was like, yeah, we closed. You guys told us everything was closing.
That you guys don't need
And down in Virginia Beach, everything was still closed. I mean,
Right.
Virginia Beach took it serious. Virginia Beach, if you can take a day off, they'll take 7. So
Got it.
Yeah. But Richmond, it's a bigger city.
Le das
So
un dedo y se
everything's
cogen la
moving.
mano.
Exacto. Pero Richmond, stores in Richmond called me. One of the stores, El Dorado, calls me up and says, Kris, ¿y están abiertos? I said, no, we're closed. Are you guys planning on opening again? Kris, we only closed for like 2 weeks. I was like, what? I've been twiddling my thumb for fucking...
Eating shit for fucking 5 weeks.
Eating shit for, what?
7 weeks.
7
on top of
weeks?
that.
6, 7 weeks, yeah.
I said, coño, why didn't
Almost
you
a
call
month.
me sooner? We went to action. We started making breads, and that's when we hired some people. Things started, picking
Moving
up
along,
again.
yeah.
Thank God I was able to operate, because even when I opened up 9 weeks later, a lot of places weren't operating.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to operate because I was delivering mainly to the stores.
The essential stores.
Yeah. So those supermarkets were still open. So some of the restaurants that I was selling to, they were just all to go. So they were buying heavy desserts. Tres leches and flans were my biggest sellers.
During the pandemic, but right after that, there was where even in tech, the big resignation, where everybody just started, like, people got used to also working from home. So the workers became more like, I don't have to. I like those checks that keep coming in from
Stimulus.
the stimulus checks. Yeah, and people just quit left and right, and mucha gente, sí, no era como antes, where like, I need to take care of my job because, like you said, like
Job safety, job security.
No, they're like, fuck you, and so I'm sure it became super hard to.
It was difficult, and then I hired some people. Things were going well, and then all of a sudden I take a month vacation. This was crazy. We took a month vacation. While we're over there, like the second week, I started looking at the sales. And fucking sales are plummeting. I'm like, what the heck is wrong? I'm back. And I start checking cameras. She would sneakingly take bags out during the day.
Wow.
She would take, that's even worse part. She's like, devout Christian. I was like,
God
Jesus
damn.
Christ, I
Those
didn't
people are
expect
the
that.
worst. That's why they're in church and stuff, because
God.
they're the devil.
The devil!
So she was. Wait, what kind of?
What kind of
Did you
woman
tell
of
her
God
Jesus
was
Christ
that?
doesn't approve of this?
I fired her. I kept the guy. I gave him like an ultimatum. I said, look, I'm watching you like a hawk. I go and do the deliveries because he's out with COVID.
Right.
I start going to the restaurants. And what do the guys in the restaurants tell me? Kris, are you going to sell the desserts to us at the same price that you used to sell them? He would go to the stores, and I had to give credit. So after the products expire, I need to take them back, give them full credit for that product, and replace that product with new product. Because I went to the store, and they were like, show me what you're bringing, because your guy's not leaving the credits. I said, what? How long has this been going on? Oh, it's been going on for months. I'm like, I start telling all the stores, why in the hell did you guys not call me?
And you have one driver doing that?
I had 2 drivers, and there was 1 driver that was doing that. Then my other driver fell off. She got sick. And then I had him and myself. After
story
that
continues.
debacle,
Oh, boy.
I said, you know what? We got to bring it back in.
Okay.
I said, I lost a lot of money. And imagine, that was Christmas time of 21. Fired the guy.
Yeah, clean house.
Yeah.
Drain the
Yeah.
swamp.
Yeah. Yeah. The drain the bakery
Get
swamp.
bakery swamp. Get the scumbags out of here.
I said, you know what? We got to restructure. Babe, you know what? We got to change this around. We got to be able to manage enough product that we're going to sell at a higher margin so that we can make money and we can handle the workload. So I said, let's just open up a sandwich shop. She's like, a sandwich shop? And we're in a freaking warehouse.
Right, a
And I
military
said,
town.
No, not just the military towns.
Oh,
'Cause
the area.
Warehouse
the area.
district.
We're in
I see.
a warehouse area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I pivoted. I said, babe, we're going to do this. It took me about 2-3 months to open up a sandwich spot
Nice.
from the front.
I'm
the people that would come.
I'm surprised you didn't just break a wall and do a little ventanita.
First week, we were like, we were coasting. We're like, I look at my wife and I'm like, babe, shit, this is why all our friends have restaurants. Because we're actually, we were making money.
We were in the green. Yeah.
For once.
Yeah,
No, and,
you know?
and not to say that you didn't work in the restaurant, but from what you've told me, the commercial baking was, I think, a little bit more of a toll labor-wise, no? Or is kind of like the same thing?
I learned so much on business management and people management. I mass-produced everything to a point where I would process my meats, process my own cheese. We were making all our own breads, making all our own desserts. So our profitability was pretty high because now we were
So
able
you're
to
like a
make...
scratch kitchen kind of.
We were a true scratch kitchen because we made everything from scratch.
Nice.
We opened up the second restaurant. Things were going real good.
And then you said, I'm fucking going to Miami.
Yeah.
Then-
At what point?
So I was traveling down here, remember?
Oh, yeah.
To load up on Mata and
Load
Jupiña.
up on Mata
Right,
Jupiña.
right, 'cause
The
you were-
Mata-
Another thing you
Jupiña's
told me,
selling like hotcakes over there.
It was hard to get the products into Virginia Beach, right?
It
Like,
was super hard. There was one distributor that he was in North Carolina,
Damn.
but he was never on time with his damn delivery.
What I think was hilarious is how he went on the mission to get down here.
There you go.
That I think that was a
What a
funny
mission.
story.
What a mission.
So
Tell him about the mission to get down here and how
all
you got
this,
down here.
all the trials and tribulations, missions that I went through up there to open what I had.
So let him know. Let him know about that situation though. I think it was funny, like when you were coming down to visit, and then you got in a little bit of a dilemma, a mission.
Then I came to Miami to pick up Jupiñas.
There you go.
So he was coming to Miami And tell him about the Spirit flight, bro. So he met some random guy at the airport, and they loaded up in the van together and drove all the way down.
Last trip I took down here to pick up jupiñas. So I'm at the Starbucks drinking a coffee.
¿Qué lo que es, tigre?
¿Qué lo que es, tigre? Mira, tigrazo.
Start talking like him. just by the conversation on the phone, yeah, it's like a superpower. It's like a mutant power. He picks up the accent.
I don't know how. I guess I was just bored out of my mind. Him and I start talking. And I'm like, so what are you going down to Miami for? He's like, no, I got to catch a connecting flight. I'm going to DR. So homeboy owns like a car rental and a car lot in DR.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I felt a little confident, you know. ¿Por qué no vamos a llevar mío? So I said, look, man, I took a one-way flight. You took a one-way flight. You want to split the ride? He's like, yeah, that's fine. I said, all right, cool. So I said, you know what? I'll take the chance. Like on a Chevy Chase, you know, what was that John Candy kind of, you know, dude, let's go. And we did the drive. We came up with the idea of telling our wives that we knew each other from years ago, from when we got up to Virginia. Mira, tigre, pero es que no le puedo decir a mi esposa que ni nos conocemos. Nos caímos súper bien.
Bros before hoes, bro.
Yeah. Stick to the code. We're strong.
We're strong together, bro.
So now it's finally out. We didn't know each other.
Oh my God.
Till this day, you know what? We made a good friendship. Like, we
That's
still
awesome.
talk.
That's
Keep
cool.
in
Keep in touch. That's
contact.
cool.
Yeah. Again, another mission. It was always a mission. So
that jupiña is a motherfucker.
Opinion will make you do things, bro.
Jupiña make you do things.
Yeah,
In that mata.
And then you made it.
and then
Got it.
I finally made it to Miami. I
Nice.
said, babe, you know what? Let's sell everything. I'm done with this. We sell the business and we save our marriage and we go down to Miami.
Okay.
She's like, what? We're going back home. My son's out of the house at this point. We're empty nesters. Let's go live it up.
Let's do a podcast.
No, I do plan on doing pop-ups here locally in Miami. To all my Virginia people, I will be back in Virginia. We're going to be doing some pop-ups up in Virginia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We should cover one of those pop-up journeys and play it on the podcast.
We will. But because of my food influences,
Yeah.
I plan on traveling.
Bringing the MIA to a city near you.
The first thing you gotta do is go to Tampa and show them how to make a Cuban sandwich.
There is no argument. The Cuban sandwich was concocted in Tampa. It originated in Tampa.
That's a real thing.
Qué lástima.
But we perfected it.
Ah, there you go. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because credit is due where credit is due. They did come up with it. I mean, I have to give it to them.
Right.
I give it to the Cubans that were in Tampa.
Got
Because
it.
that's really where it came from. But obviously, the Italian influences that they had, they slapped some salami in there because, you know, they had to, you know.
I didn't know the Cuban sandwich originated in Tampa. No, I refuse to.
I refuse to
try a
admit.
Cuban sandwich with salami.
A Miami eatery, right?
Damn.
Yeah. So you're gonna eat a Miami Cuban
So you
sandwich.
you kept it true.
I kept it true. I said,
Nice.
you guys, salami tastes great. I love it. In a deli sandwich.
Go to Publix, get a cold cut Italian sub. we're not putting it on the Cuban sandwich.
Go get a pub sub.
I think you should do a poll and just to see the back and
Oh,
forth
we
from
should
people.
definitely do a poll.
I think a poll would be a great idea.
Let us know. Let us know what you think. Salami, no salami.
Shout out to Ybor City. I think I'm gonna make it.
Every social media platform out there.
Yo, that
Oh,
was
man.
awesome. Sorry, that shit just popped in my head when he said Ybor.
We're heading out here, we're gonna invite people, talent. We want to get this rolling, and we want to really, captivate what Miami.
I see a world of opportunities business-wise. I see tons of talent, young, middle-aged, older talent, in all facets of entertainment down here. I want to showcase that.
Miami's definitely a hotspot with a lot of talent, a lot of cool people. It's gonna take the right people to showcase that in the right way, right? So people can visit it, themselves and see, how the culture is down here, how people are, and
There's a lot of things that we take for granted because we live here, and I've lived here all my life. Having a perspective for someone that grew up here, their childhood, and pretty much into their adulthood, but lived a good portion of their life somewhere else, has a very good perception or a very good idea of what it was not having. So the fact that you could go ahead and present these things as what you were missing or kind of to appreciate is a good perspective to have. I'm super stoked and excited that we're gonna do this and dale.
dope idea, dope concept, dope people.
The plan is to showcase different happenings in the city. We're also gonna have maybe some segments on throwbacks. Throwback Thursday.
That is missed.
It completely missed so much of Miami. I follow a couple pages on mainly Facebook, I guess, because that's where a lot of the older generations are posting a lot of these pictures of old Miami.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think 20, 30 years ago, it was the 70s. No, let's.
Yeah.
It's 1995.
No.
Yeah. The reality hits
1994.
hard now that we're all
Old.
30s and 40s, you
Yeah.
know. But now, 30, 40 years ago is like, damn, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
I feel I came back to Miami at a fantastic time.
You know, it's cool too to see, like, you know, people talk about the new stuff that's coming in and how that's changing the atmosphere. There's a lot of things that, you know.
Something I've noticed now that I like, you don't go to Brickell, you don't go to Biscayne,
Right.
not just Wynwood,
Right.
not just the beach. Now you have City Place, Doral, I guess.
Doral City Place. Yeah.
Doral City Place, outdoor shopping malls with a lot more activity. Good activity in Kendall. You've got great activity even in Hialeah.
Yeah. Hialeah's moving on up, bro.
Yeah,
Hialeah
Miami
is
Lakes is
definitely-
pretty lit, you know, with
Yeah.
a lot of things happening.
Our generation, I think, has done a lot of that.
It
has moved around the
Yeah,
pieces to
yeah.
make that happen.
Yeah, and I find it refreshing. I'll tell you when it kind of hit home for me. But I drove by La Covacha, and man, honestly, it brought a tear to my eye. Driving by on 25th and 107th,
It's gone, huh?
and I see the building in ruins. Great memories of hanging out with good people, good friends. It brought a tear to my eye, but I'm happy what La Covacha did. Places like that created an atmosphere where people our age, they decided to build in Doral, build in Kendall, build in Hialeah, build in Miami Lakes,
Right.
away from having to drive 30, 40 minutes to the
Right.
beach.
So each
you
city now has its own.
It's
you
its
know,
own
has its
thing.
few little things.
Because that was it, that you would have to go on a mission
I don't
to
know.
go find the party or the scene,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, to hang out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So I like it. I tell you, I like the time I've come back to Miami. I feel blessed.
Weekend Warriors!
So Silver Fox, take it away, man.
So some of you may know me or none of you may know me. This podcast is basically going to revolve around that, about culture, nostalgic things. And next episode, we have some plans to, like I said earlier, do some talent stuff, have a segment about sports, have a segment about the nostalgia that Kris was talking about. So we're
Breaking the ice, baby.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for listening. Please follow us and anything. Leave us comments. Let us know, what you want to see. Anything that you have any ideas about, what you want us to talk about as far as like Miami nostalgia. Anything that brings back a memory, like Coacha did.
And also, I want to.
Yeah.
This also goes out to the Miami diaspora. Being that I was in Virginia for so many years, this goes out to all our people out there. That's why we're doing this, to show you a little piece of home and be in your city to do a pop-up and bring you some of that good food that you miss. Because I think that's the most important thing that really hits home.
Amen, brother.
Amen to that. Salud. Bueno, salud a mi gente across the nation, across the world. Like, comment, share, subscribe.